Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kaz and I'm a channeler and a healer. In today's video we're asking the question, where can I best direct my energy? I have 3 crystals to choose from. Crystal 1, Crystal 2, and Crystal 3. If you need more time, you can pause the video for your pile selection. Otherwise, the timestamps will be in the description box or in the video chapters, and I'll see you at your reading. Crystal 1, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to pick up your crystals so I can channel through it here and ask the question, where can you best direct your energy? Your energy wants to go into your finances, so there needs to be some attention paid to your finances. Maybe you're finding that there's not much flow there. They're telling me that energy flows where energy goes. So if you want more money but you're not paying any attention to what's going in and out of your household or your bank account, that's where you need to put your attention. So let's see here. I feel that perhaps you might want to start looking at how investments work or where best to put your money. This is about finances rather than your own energy. Maybe you really are putting a lot of energy into lack and scarcity. So you might want to do some research on how do I attract in a more passive way instead of being aggressive about going out and getting money and then not getting it because it's not working. This is about education as well, and educating yourself on how money systems work. You may just have floated along for a long time without any budget, and now you want to save for something. And funnily enough, I keep rubbing my heart chakra here. You might be able to hear it on the camera, I'm not sure. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff stuck in your heart about this. So maybe one of your primary caregivers when you were young had a lot of issues with money and you were never... Well, you might have been taught how to handle it, but your emotions get in the way of handling money. Maybe you're trying to save for something in particular. Maybe you want a deposit for a house, or maybe you want to go on a big holiday, or you want to buy a new car, and you have no idea how to do that. You're living from paycheck to paycheck. For those of you that aren't in that situation, this might be about retirement planning. This might be about investment. This may be about future-proofing as well, but again, it's about education and seeing what's out there, educating yourself. If this is very, very basic and new for you, I can recommend The Barefoot Investor. It's a very easy book to understand, and I can't remember who it's an Australian man, so please forgive me, I can't remember his name, but it's a good book. Anyway, let's go back to the money. I feel like my focus keeps being drawn away from this. Maybe you just find money incredibly boring. And the whole thing of finance is boring, and managing your money and budgeting your money, yes, it can be incredibly dry because we're looking at the left brain, the left side of our brain here. And if you're a very creative person who likes to express yourself in many other ways, then this can be boring. But it's like they're really pulling me back to the money side of things for you, and how I'm hearing that term set for life, which here in Australia is a lottery thing. So maybe you're relying on the lottery to bring you your future finances. And they're asking you to go and do some research and do some planning and really direct your energy into having a look at what's going out. I feel like there might be a lot of little purchases that are adding up to a lot of purchasing. And this is where I'm seeing things trickle down a drain, like water just trickling down a drain. So it's like there's a slow leak, and the slow leak is all these tiny little purchases. And your spirit guides just want to draw you back to your center. And I'm coming back to your heart again, like I just want to rub your heart. So let's just take a few moments to draw your attention to your heart and see what's sitting there. Maybe you've recently had some heartbreak, and to help with that, you've been treating yourself with lots of different things, and that's great. But they also want you to treat yourself on the emotional level too, not just with things, because it is affecting your finances. I kind of feel that as a group you might be focused on your finances, but in a negative way. So you might be constantly saying there's not enough, but there is enough. But what's happening is that it's trickling down the drain in a way that you don't realise because you haven't got it put out in front of you. I know, and look, gosh, I can feel like a lot of you, this is a really boring message, and I'm so sorry. But this is important. This is what your spirit guides want to tell you. They want you to look at everything you're spending. Just take a snapshot of a month and go through your statement for a month and just add, and not just look at what's going out, add it all up. And you might be like really surprised about what your outgoings are. And a lot of these outgoings are not necessary. And when you sit back and think about it, they're not even necessary for fun. They're necessary for you to feel better. And so there's that big dichotomy between what's a necessity, what's a treat, and what is just dampening down my pain. They want you to sit and think about that and sit in that feeling. And it might bring some stuff up, but those emotions are meant to be brought up to be cleared. Now, you might need some help with this. You might need to see a counsellor or get some Reiki or talk to a friend about it. But you might need some support with that, because your spending behaviour directly reflects your heartache, is what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm just sending you so much love, Group 1. Like, I feel like you might have been a little bit lost, but you're wanting to direct your energy into something that makes you feel good, and that's understandable. But they're telling me it's ruining your future. You might even be getting to the point of having bad credit, and so if you want to get a loan in the future, you may not be able to. So it's kind of getting to the pointy end of things here. There's the pointy end, where you need to focus and direct your energy into it, but in a positive way. You might want to research mindset about money and how to flip your mindset so that you are being more positive about it and really embracing the positivity around money. Because at the moment, there is some negativity, but there's also the attitude, oh, it's just money. And yes, it is just money, but if you don't respect it at the same time, you don't want to put too much emphasis on it, but you also want to respect it. Ignoring it actually drains it further. It's like someone's turning the tap on harder or opening it further, so it's going out faster. Now, I'm just getting a little inkling here that someone else might be draining your finances. It might not just be you. So this might be a third party that you don't even know. So you might want to look into what subscriptions you've got going. And I actually last year found a subscription that I was paying for annually that I didn't even know. It was when I bought an app. And so, yeah, I quickly put an end to that, but that surprised me. I'd been paying for it for a couple of years and I hadn't noticed. So there might be something like that going on, or there actually might be something a little bit more nefarious where someone is deliberately taking something from you without you realising. It might be a small monthly payment. It might be you're paying for something that you never received. Something along those lines. So you might want to have a look at that as well. And for some of you as well, there may actually be another person involved. Maybe it's your partner or your children that are draining your finances as well. So it might be you need to look at what they are spending too. Now, you can't go and tell people off for spending your money without looking at what you're spending. So have a look, see where everything is going, see what your income is and your outgoings are. Take a monthly snapshot. I think you'll be a little bit surprised. Now, if you're the person that's on top of all this, you know exactly where everything's going, there's something deeper here. There's something here. Maybe you've been trying to manifest money, but your heartache is actually interfering. And there's something in your heart that needs to be dealt with for money to flow to you. I'm hearing the term sugar. Some of you may be really craving sugar at the moment. And you might also use sugar as a balm to soothe your soul as well. Or just to soothe. You may actually use sugar as a balm to help heal your heart as well. And it's also that sweetness of life. You know, you may see money as, but it soothes me. It's a sweetener of life. And there are things that need to be resolved, I feel like, to allow the flow to come to you. Okay, Crystal 1, sorry that was such a downer message. Finances can be a bit dry and a little boring. But it's important to look at them to know exactly what's happening and to allow that flow in life. And direct, it's like the flow of money to where you most need it for the future you. Okay, I hope that reading was helpful, and I will see you in my next reading. Crystal 2. I'm just going to pick up your crystal and channel through it here. Where can you best direct your energy? Okay, I feel that you are a group that future plans, and they want to bring you back to the present. They want your energy in the present. So you may be always worrying about the future, and they want to direct you to the present because there's something you're not seeing. And I feel like this something is very positive. Maybe it's a relationship that you're not quite in, or maybe it's a workplace that you're not quite in and connected with. There's something you're not connecting with because you're always in the future. So maybe you're not very happy with the place that you live in at the moment, and you're always thinking of the future, and they want me to pull your energy back. And they want you to appreciate where you are living, because appreciation now encourages a better circumstance in the future. So when we sit in gratitude, when we have appreciation for what we have, it encourages more. So perhaps maybe you're single and you just keep dreaming of the day that you'll be in a committed relationship, and you're always putting yourself there because you haven't got it here right now. And what they're saying to me is appreciate the single life, if that's the case, and appreciate that you can make your own decisions and you don't have to consult anyone else, and appreciate that you have freedom to do what you want, and appreciate your own independence, and vice versa. So let's say that you're in a relationship and you're not enjoying it at the moment, and you're dreaming of the day when, you might break this relationship up. Oh, that was a faux pas. I just said relationship. Okay, so maybe that you're thinking that your relationship is not good, and you're dreaming of the time that you might be single and what you could do and all of these things. Pull yourself back in, because there are things to appreciate with this, and there are positives in it. It's just that you keep putting yourself somewhere else. You're not connecting with what's going on in your life at the moment. So it makes it harder for your manifestation to come true, because you can't appreciate what's going on now. What you're going to go to without appreciation at this point is something else that you're not going to be happy with. So there's certainly room to wiggle here, and room to direct your energy into for your future. And that means concentrating on the here and now, developing relationships further that perhaps you haven't connected with fully. Maybe you're sort of seeing someone and you're just like, I don't know about this person. And I feel like you probably haven't put enough energy into that person to have that connection that you really want in the future. And this might be your person, but you're not seeing it. Or it might be that you're in a job where there's really good prospects for your future, but you're not seeing it because you're bored at the moment. It's not stimulating you, or there's someone there that, kind of ruins your day on a daily basis. Something like that. It's like there's so much dissatisfaction with now that you're dreaming of this wonderful future when you can have a wonderful now. So they want you to pull back your energy to now. And it's okay to have dreams and things like that. They say write them down rather than just keep constantly thinking about them, because it's almost like you're stopping them from coming in because you're constantly thinking about them and not being in the here and now. So one of the best ways to be in the here and now is to get outside in nature and just don't take a phone, don't take a book, just sit under a tree and just look at what's around you and really bring yourself back to the moment. Meditation can help with that too, but sometimes that gets you up into your upper chakras and not into your body, but it can help your focus and interact with the people in your world as well, instead of just being on screens or doing your own thing. Interact and connect with the people in your life. There's something underneath this as well. I feel like there's something underneath it. I feel like maybe you're trying to escape something a little bit painful to you, and you're trying to project forward so that you don't have to deal with it in the here and now. Maybe you've got a big decision to make and you just don't want to make that decision. Maybe there's heartache from the past that is affecting your present, but it's also because it's not being dealt with in the present, is affecting your future as well. We're coming into an energy where it's time to purge. We're in a 9 universal year and things can be a bit heavy. They get a little bit heavy because they want to be released. So this isn't talking about just walking away from your job or your relationship for this group. I feel like for this group, this is about dealing with whatever is causing you pain. And I'm really feeling my solar plexus area. It's really, really heavy and tight here. And even if you ask your higher self or God or the universe, your spirit guides, whoever you connect with, to help you heal this maybe brings some things up that you have tucked down there for a long time, really long time, but they want to come up to be processed because it's time, and it's a good time to do it. If you use the energy that's around you at the time, this is why you need to come back to the present. It's good energy for this at the moment. It's a time to purge. Up until the end of the year, the 31st of December, it's a time to get rid of things. I think if you start even bringing yourself back, appreciating things every day, go to the park and just think about what is currently in your life that you appreciate, you will start to even out and you will start to actually enjoy your life a little bit better. And what I'm seeing is that it goes from like a black and white vista to a colourful vista. So you will actually appreciate the good in your life and what is there. Maybe you've got people that you rely on a lot and they're always there for you, but you can't see that because you are in the future. And so you need to appreciate those people. Maybe you get paid really well, even though you don't enjoy your job. You need to appreciate that you get paid very well for something that doesn't challenge you that much. Maybe you need to appreciate that you live in a really nice place. Maybe you live in a really nice town that's got clean air and no pollution. Maybe they're the sorts of things you just need to shift your energy a little bit to more about what's here and now, because it will certainly help you feel better and it will certainly help you in the future. Okay, Crystal 2, I hope that wasn't too preachy. Sometimes I don't mean to do that, but that's just the energy that comes through, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Crystal 3, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to pick up your crystal here and ask, where can you best direct your energy to yourself? That's the initial thing that came through. So maybe you are distracted by things outside of yourself. Maybe you are giving all your energy to other people. Maybe you're giving all your energy to your job. Maybe you're giving all your energy to what's going on in the world. Maybe you're giving all your energy to electronics. And it's time to bring your energy and direct your energy back into yourself. Maybe you've been neglecting your own personal needs for a long time, and it's time. It's time. It's time for the shift. Next year we step into a universal year 1, so we will naturally start thinking about ourselves a little bit more, but I feel like this shift has to happen now for you. You need to start thinking that way, because your energy is being drained, and what I'm seeing is all of these energy cords going out from the back of your shoulders all the way out, and it's just like your energy is being pumped out of you. So you may have felt incredibly tired, you may feel very drained, and that's because everyone else has taken your energy. The Archangel Michael video on my channel has a lot on cord cutting, so you might want to start this practice if you don't already know how to do that, because you are being drained, not just physically but also psychically. And sometimes it's a matter of just putting your thoughts out to people. There's a connection, okay? So let's just say, oh, I bumped into Jane the other day. And so immediately a connection goes to Jane. You might not have seen Jane for 3 years. And so immediately there's a connection, okay? Now, because I feel that you're a very giving group, your energy is immediately going to Jane. So she's got a little cobweb size cord attached to you, and you've got one attached to her. But because you're the giving person, your energy is flowing to her. So all of those interactions, and you may need to have it as a daily practice where you cut the cords every single day. Now, this doesn't mean that you're cutting people out of your life. It's not like that. So let's just say that you've got a friend who is having a very hard time at the moment and you want to be there to support them. However, every time you are around them, you get very drained. That's when you need to go in and cut that cord. It doesn't mean that you don't love them, because that cord will reattach at your next interaction or your next thought about them. but it just becomes smaller and it's not as draining for you. So if you want more information, I do have 2 videos. There's the Archangel Michael video, which goes into depth about it. And then there is what cords or attachments do you have. So you can go to either of those videos and have a look if you haven't already seen them. So you are a very giving group. Your energy needs to come back to you. This is time to nurture yourself. Get in a bath and enjoy a bath. This isn't about wine. This isn't about buying yourself diamonds. This is about putting your energy back into you. Get outside in nature. Do a meditation. Stop running around after everyone else and overgiving, and overgive to yourself, because your soul needs it. Your soul needs that energy back for you. And you, in some point in your life, may have been taught by someone else that overgiving makes you a good person. And we've all fallen into this trap. But what it does is makes you an unbalanced person, because then you have all of these obligations and you can't fulfill them. So it makes you an unreliable person. Pull your energy back. It's for you. You're here to live your life, not everyone else's. And I know this can be incredibly hard for people, especially if you're an empath, because you feel everyone else's stuff and you want to help, but they want you to start helping yourself because your body needs it and you need it. I feel that there's even introjection going on here, where you literally take on someone else's pain and you hold that in your body. And so you might be finding that your body's playing up. I'm feeling like aches in my joints. Maybe you've got aches in your joints. That can be trapped energy, or it can be literally someone else's stuff, because you're full up to the brim with all of everyone else's things. And so you're physically struggling now. If you've got anything going on with the joints, maybe you've even twisted ankles, or you wake up at night because your joints are sore, or maybe your fingers are getting crooked or something like that. That's other people's energy a lot of the time. I only feel like that is a smidgen of your energy. It's other people's energy. So if that's the case, if it's at that point where your body is physically struggling, you will need to go and see an energy healer of some sort. So someone who does Reiki or energy clearing, even acupuncture would be really good to get the flow back going. But you also need to work on letting go of other people's stuff, because I feel like for some of you it's almost at the point where it's starting to cause disease processes in your body. So cord cutting, getting out in nature, doing things for you. Give yourself a day of you. Give yourself a day where you're not in anyone else's presence, and that's your present to yourself, that's just you. Go somewhere. You might just want to go and sit on the beach and be by yourself, or go and sit in a park all day and be by yourself, or they are wanting to encourage you to get outside, because the healing happens faster there, and it's easier for your spirit guides to help the flow of energy if you're outside. But if you're not comfortable doing that, start inside. At least go for an hour outside, even a walk. But be by yourself. And you might, if you live with other people, you might want to smudge your surroundings when other people aren't in it. And okay, now they're showing me someone whose family are out for the day and it's their day off. But they're cleaning the house because they feel they have to be doing something. They feel obligated to do it. Not because they want to, and not because they're not tired and they want to rest, because they feel obligated. So that's why they want you out of the house. So you're not actually finding busy things to do and put your energy into housework. The last thing people are going to say about you when you leave the planet is, gosh, they had a tidy house. So yes, they just want you out of the house, so you're not going to be tidying and messing around with that. So go find yourself, put your energy into yourself, let go of obligations to other people. This is a 9 universal year, so you need to let go of things that don't serve you to prepare you to allow new things in next year when we come into the 1 year. So go and do that. Look after yourself. Okay, group 3, I hope that resonated with you, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you in my next reading.